Well, hello and welcome to the DAC funding compensation plan overview. I'm going to be going through this compensation plan chart in the details that you can pull from your Agent Resource Center. I'm going to go through on this video just the business capital funding, and then on the second video we'll go through the residual income that you get on the other services. Okay, but let's get started right away. First of all, thanks for being part of DAC. We're excited about your involvement. You can help the business owners of your community. You can help other people have an income opportunity, and you can benefit quite handsomely from this compensation plan. I want to begin by saying this. There's no guarantees of anything. Any examples you see in this video are completely hypothetical examples for demonstration purposes only. Your results obviously come down to your performance. I mean, you could literally make zero. Right? It's a performance-based compensation plan, so there's no guarantee of anything. We're just going to show you what our compensation plan is. This is for demonstration purposes and training. I'll give some hypothetical examples, etc., but you should never expect to make what you see. You can, but you should never expect it unless you perform at the levels we talk about on this video. So this is an overview. Let's get right into it. Number one, there's a couple designations that you're going to want to learn and understand. One's called amped up and one's called engaged. I'll be going through those in a minute, but before I get there, and don't read that yet, stay with me here. I'm going to go through your personal commissions on your personal fundings, and then what happens when you're amped up on those personal commissions. And then we're going to go through your personally enrolled agent matching bonuses, where you actually get a matching percentage of the people you personally enroll in the business. You can anyway. And then we're going to move into some override matching bonuses. All right, so let's get right into it. Number one, every one of you, when you submit a client, and hopefully you've already watched the business funding training, go watch it if you haven't already. But once you get a funded client, obviously, as you know, we send you a commission statement. We pay daily commissions, so the day we're paid, we pay you. With Bank Breezy, that's literally the same day. They get funded today, you're paid tomorrow. Isn't that cool? You'll get a commission statement next day, and we initiate the direct deposit. All right? So depending upon what day of the week that is, you may get it that next day or maybe the following Monday if we initiate it on a Friday, as an example. But we don't request your routing number and account number until you've gotten a funded client. So when you do, we'll send you a commission statement. We'll ask you for your routing number and account number. We get it. We then set up your direct deposit and start paying you immediately. All right, personal commissions. Anytime you get a funded client, this is the easiest way to look at it. You're going to make 3% minimum of that funded value. Now, the funded value is generally the loan amount. All right, but there are times when the funded value is a little bit lower, like if it's a renewal. Sometimes the renewals, the funded value is reduced to like 60% of the amount that they get. So if they got $10,000 their first submission, you make 3% of that, you make $300. If 6 months later they renew and they get another $10,000, you may only get paid as if they did $6,000. So it depends on the provider. Each provider is different. Some have full renewals where you get paid full commission. With Bank Breezy, it's generally about 60 to 61% of the funded amount is the renewal. But on the first funded value is funded value. It's usually the loan amount or the advance amount. These aren't actually loans in many cases. They're advances. Depends on the state and the provider. So you make 3%. So that means if you help someone get a $10,000 Bank Breezy advance today, you get paid 3% tomorrow. Minimum. So this is your personal commission. What if you help someone get a $100,000 client? Do you make less? No, you make 3%. You make $3,000. A $5,000 client, 3% of $5,000 is $1,500. So whatever the amount is, you make 3% of that funded value. Now, that's the first thing. But as we said, we have something called amped up. Amped up equals 2x personal commissions. So, excuse me, amped up, how do you become amped up? First of all, amped up is you have one new funded client. If you get a new funded client, it can't be a renewal, it's a new original client. When you do, then you're amped up for 30 more days. So that means if you got a client on the 1st of June, and it's your first client, you make 3% of that client, and you get paid it the next day. But now you'd be amped for 30 days from June 1st through June 30th. You're amped up, meaning you get 2 times this, or 6%. That's what this shows here, 6% you earn if you are amped up. Now, if you get another client June 15th, you make 6% on that client, but you also just got yourself 30 more days of being amped. So now you're amped up till July 15th, right? And if July 10th you get another client, you got 6% because you're amped up, and now you got 30 days from July 10th. So now you get to August 8th, or whatever that date would be, you're amped up now again. Okay, so we say get amped up and stay amped up because you always will make 2 times your personal commission. So you make 6% instead of 3%. You really make double your 3%. So it's a double commission. You made double. So get amped up, stay amped up. Again, it's a new funded client, amps you for 30 more days. If you get 2 in a row, one at one day and one the next day, you're amped for 30 days from the second one. And the second one, you'd make 6% on, right? So your first client will always make 3%. After that, as long as you get it while you're amped up during the next 30 days, you make 6%. Then you get the next one, 6%. The next one, 6%. As long as you're staying amped up, you make 6%. So that's your personal commission. So can you earn 0? Yeah, if you never get a client, that's your personal commissions. Now, I want to now talk to you about your personally enrolled agent matching bonuses. These are the people you personally enroll. So my cap fell over there, so I'll just set that there. Hopefully it doesn't dry out. But here's you, and you introduce 3 people who become agents in DAC. They all started for free. They have the same opportunity you do. They can go out and get clients and get paid for it. They can get amped up, etc., right? You, as long as you are engaged. So there's a qualification to get these personal enroller matching bonuses. This is the second area we're talking about here. Okay? To get those, you must be, as it shows there, you must be engaged. That's a qualification. What does that mean? That means either, number one, it's your first 60 days in our business. You're automatically engaged for 60 days. So that's number one. Or you've gotten one funded client that gets you 60 days of being engaged. So a new client gets you 30 days of being amped up, which gives you double commission. But one client gives you 60 days of being engaged, which means you're qualified to earn these enroller bonuses and some other bonuses you're going to see. Or you could have 6 customer finance clients. I know it's a little low on the screen there. It's right on the chart. Or you could have 6 active customer finance clients. They have to be activated. It can't just be, yes, I want to do it. They have to be in and activated and paying their $99 per month activation fee. Okay? Customer finance fee, I should say. So those are the 3 ways to be engaged. Number 1, it's your first 60 days in business. Number 2, you get a client that gets you 60 more days of being engaged. That can be a renewal or a new. And then, or 6 customer finance clients. Those are the 3 ways you get and stay engaged. All right, so during your first 60 days, you're engaged. So if you're brand new today, even if you've never gotten a client, and you recruit 3 people, and let's say this is me, and I go out and I get a business owner who gets a funding of $10,000. Okay, $10,000, you make 25% matching bonus. So you make 25% of what I make. So what do I make on $10,000? I make 3% of that, right? So I make $300, right? Your matching bonus is 25% of anyone you personally enrolls personal commission. This is for life. I could go get a customer 20 years from now. You're still making 25% of whatever I make on my personal commissions. You get 25% of it as long as you're engaged for life. You don't get cut out of this. It doesn't matter if I go make $100,000 a year in personal commissions. You're making $25,000 a year on me as long as you're engaged. If I make $300,000 a year in personal commissions, you're making 25% of that. $75,000 you're making on me making $300,000 because you're engaged. If I only make $20, it'd be hard to do, but if I only make $200, you're only going to make $50. But you make 25% of every person. Is that crazy? It's crazy good. See, we're not asking you to go get people to get started into a business and pay a fee, and we're going to pay you $500 of their $800 fee, and that's how you make your money on your team. No, what we're saying is we'll give you 25% of their success every single month for life. But you got to stay engaged, and you got to recruit a team, and they got to get clients. Okay, if these two didn't get clients, what did you earn? Nothing. You've earned zero. What if they never get a client? Zero. Forever. Zero. Doesn't matter if you make 25% of their income, you make 25% of zero is zero. But if this person makes $10,000 on this client, they make they have a $10,000 client, they have a $300 income, you make 25% of $300. It's not a lot, but it's 1/4 of that. It's $75. You made $75 on a client that someone else got because you introduced them, you're training them, you're encouraging them, you're helping them. And what if, again, this person over time goes out, forget how much funding they do, let's say they make $30,000 this year. $30,000 in personal commissions by getting a lot of clients and doing this for the whole year. And they make $30,000 in personal commissions on their personal clients, which is very doable. We've got people who've done it. You make 25% of 30,000, which is $7,500. You would earn on their customers. Do you want to help them make $100,000? Yeah, because then you make 25. Do you want to make them $200,000? Yeah, because then you make 50. Do you want to make them 50,000? Well, yeah, if they have 50,000, you're making 12,500. Whatever you help them earn, you're getting 25% of it. But guess what? It gets better. That's your standard as long as you're engaged. You got to be engaged, or that means it's your first 60 days. You've gotten a client, which got you engaged for 60, or you got 6 customer finance clients. So every one of you are going to get and stay engaged. The easiest way is get and stay amped up. If you're amped up, you're automatically engaged because you got a client every 30 days, which you only need one every 60 days to be engaged, right? So this is your focus right here. Get and stay amped up. That's the number one thing I tell everybody, or we encourage everyone, because you double your commissions, and guess what else? See what it says there? Double. Double. If you're amped up, this goes 2x. So if you're amped up, while you're amped up, any income earned on your personally enrolled agents, instead of making 25%, you make 50%. Why? Because you're amped up. So amped up equals double personal commissions and double personal match on your personally enrolled agents. 50% of whatever they earn, you earn. Now imagine you got amped up and stayed there every month permanently by getting 1 client a month. You stay amped up. You're making 50% of the income of everyone you personally enroll. Are you limited with how many people you can enroll? Are you limited in how much they can earn? Could you recruit 20 people? Could you build a team in every state? Yeah, what if you had just 10 people over the next 3 years? You found 10 who really love DAC, and you helped each one of them make $50,000 a year. Well, all these people, every one of them, this one's making $50,000 in income. These aren't fun. This is what they earn, $50,000 in personal commissions. I'm talking about the personal commission portion. They're making 50. This one's making 50. Okay, you make 50% if you're amped up on all their income. You got to get and stay amped up. So if next month you're not amped up and they get fundings and they earn income, you'd only make 25% of it, right? Because you're not amped up. But assuming you are amped up, you make 50% of whatever they make on their personal commissions. So you make $25,000 on this person this year, $25,000 on this person this year, $25,000 on this person this year, $25,000 on this person this year. How? You help them make $50,000. You get 50% of it because you're amped up. Same thing there. There. So you see how this works? It doesn't matter if this person just makes $5,000. Doesn't matter the amount. If they make $5,000 on one deal or 1 month or 1 year, you make 50% of it if you're amped up, or 25% if you're not. So if you're not amped up, you make 25%, as long as you're engaged to get the check. If you're amped up, you get 50%. Which would you rather have? Would you rather get double match or 25? 25 is pretty darn good, wouldn't you agree? But I think you'd rather have 50. And you're being a great example for your team if you are amped up by getting a client each month. So double personal commissions. So this equals 2x personal commission, which is 6%, and 2x matching bonus. I'll just call it personally enrolled matching bonus. It's on the sheet there, which means you're making 50% instead of 25%. As long as you're matched up, right? Okay, so now this is your matching bonus standard, but it gets even better. If you're here, you introduce me, and it's during my first 30 days. If it's during my first 30 days, there's something called a fast start. It's right here. It's on the chart on the right, fast start. You know what happens during fast start? Fast start is if I go get a client, when I get a client, in my first 30 days, that first client, your matching bonus of the percentage of my personal commission you get, it's usually 25% or 50 if you're amped up, right? So I'm going to put that there as well. 50 if you're amped. That's my little amped drawing. Okay? Assuming you're engaged, you got to be engaged to get the check, right? You got to be qualified to get checks each pay period with you're engaged. So you're either getting 50% or 25% typically, but if it's during the first 30 days, and it's my first client, it's funded, then these numbers are doubled times 2. So you're either making 50% or 100% if you're amped up. It's written on the chart there of whatever I make. So let's go through some math here. I go out and I help someone get $20,000 funding. Okay? I'm brand new. So because I'm brand new, what is my personal commission? Do you remember? It's 3%. So I make 3% because I'm brand new, right? So what did I make? I make $600. Am I excited? Yeah, who's most excited, me or you? Neither. This business owner is. The business owners are most excited. They got $20,000 to drive their business. They may turn that into $100,000 or $200,000. They're getting a lot more out of this than we are, right? But you helped them, or I helped them. I'm the agent. I made $600. Am I happy? You bet I'm happy. I got a friend who got funding. Not only do I have a friend who got funding, but I made $600. You, because you enrolled me, if it was not during my first 30 days, you'd make 25% or 50%. Are you amped up? You'd make 50. If you're not, you'd make 25. Again, assuming you're engaged. Let's assume that always. If you're not engaged, you don't get the check. You got to be engaged. It's an activity requirement. But because it's during my first 30 days, okay, first 30 days, this is called fast start. You get times 2 of whatever you'd get. So if you were not amped up, you'd get 25% times 2. You'd make 50% of this. You'd make $300. Matching bonus. You'd make 50% because you're not amped up, but it's during my first 30 days. Why do we do this? We want you to help all the brand new people get a fast start. We're going to pay you double the matching bonus on their first client if they do it in 30 days. Do you want someone kicking their tires for a month or 2? No, you want them getting amped up for their own good. And by helping them get that client, you get double matching bonus. For helping them what? Get amped up themselves. How are they getting amped up? Helping a client. So you get them enrolled, you train them, you get through the funding training, you get through the comp plan training, and you help them go out there and get their first client. They make 3%. Client's happy, they make 3%. They're amped up, so now they're making double going forward. And you, because you referred them and it's during their first 30 days, we're going to double your commission. I know that's hard to see there, so I'm going to rewrite that. We're going to double your matching bonus that you got before, which is 25 or 50. We're going to double it. So it's 50% or 100%. What? Yeah, so if you're amped up, this is you're amped. It's our little rocket. You're amped. You're making 100% of what I make. So I made $600. So I made 3% of 20,000. I made $600. You make 100% of that. You make 600. Yeah, you make the same amount as me. Why? Because we want to instill in you a passion to help your brand new people get qualified. with a new client in the first 30 days. Get amped up, get engaged. They accomplish both by getting that first client. And if you weren't amped up, you'd still make 50% of that 600. So you'd have made 300 if you weren't amped up. Make sense? Makes dollars too. So let me give you a couple scenarios. So that covers our personal commission, 3% or 6% if you're amped up. Covers our personal enrolled agents. You match their income either 25% or 50% if you're amped up or not. Again, you got to be engaged to get your checks. If you're not engaged, you lose it. You just don't get paid until you become engaged. You must stay active. Okay? Again, one client every 60 days or 6 customer finance clients, or it's your first 60 days in business. Those are the 3 ways you're engaged. All right? So you got to get and stay engaged, and then we want to get you amped up. So you're making 25 or 50% on your personally enrolled agents of what they earn based on whether you're amped up or not. Okay? And then if you help me during my first 30 days get a client, you get double what you'd otherwise get. So you're either getting 50% or 100% of what I earn on my first client if you help me do it in the first 30 days. So that covers everything. It's on the chart. I want to give you a couple scenarios, and then I'm going to go into override, because this is just your personal level. What about your team? What about your leadership teams? But I want to give you a couple scenarios. Here's you, and we're going to say you're amped up. So because you're amped up, that means you make what on your personal client? 6%. You make 2 times your standard 3%. All right? You have David in your team, and you have Lisa in your team, and you have Jeff in your team. Okay? And Jeff goes out there and he's not amped up, but he gets a client, and he makes $500 on that client. Okay? Doesn't matter if he's amped or not, he made $500. Lisa's amped up. Okay, she's amped up. So that means she's making 6%. She gets a $20,000 client at 6% is what? $1,200. Lisa made because she's amped. If she wasn't amped, what she would have made? $600. Aren't you glad she made $1,200 because you get a percentage of her income? So Jeff wasn't amped. He only made $500. He could have made $1,000 if he was amped, but he's not amped. So they made $500. Lisa's amped. Boom. She made $1,200. She would have only made $600 if she wasn't amped, but she's amped. So she made $1,200. David's not amped. David goes out and gets a $10,000 client. He makes $300. Why? Because he makes 3%. If he was amped, it would have been $600. You, don't forget, you get paid your percentage on our income. Doesn't matter the funded amount. It's our personal commission income. Doesn't count our overrides and stuff like that, but our personal commission income you get paid on. So if you get 25% of the people you personally enrolled, minimum, assuming you're engaged, or you get 50% on your first level if you are amped up. First of all, do you want to make 25 or 50% of these paychecks? We all want to make 50. How do you make 50? Get amped up. Stay amped up, right? Now, do you want to get paid 50? Because now we're assuming you want 50. So you're now amped up, you're making 50. That's why we do that. You're making 50% of whatever they make. So on David, you made $150, right? Because David made 300, you make 50%, you make 150, right? Follow that? But David wasn't amped up. If he was, he would have made 600. If he would have made 600, what would you make? 50% of 600, you would have made 300. So we say by being amped up and getting your team amped up, you make double on double. You make double, 50% of this rather, on double. You see that? Here's an example where you did. You're amped up. Lisa's amped up. Yeah, Lisa. Lisa made $1,200 commission on this client because she's amped up. Yeah, she made 6%. She would have only made $600, but fortunately she didn't. She made $1,200. She made double. Yeah. You get 50% of $1,200. You made double of double. So you made $600 while she made $1,200 because you're amped up and she's amped up. Is that cool? So same size client. I'm going to do this as the same size client without being amped. $1,200 is a $20,000 client, right? So because she's amped, you made $600 on that $20,000 client. She made $1,200. You get 50% of $1,200 because you're amped. Boom. Well, let's look at it if I got a $20,000 client and I'm not amped up. What's 3% of 20,000? 600. What would have been 6%? 1,200. So you're amped up, so you get 50%, but you're only getting 50% of 600 instead of 50% of 1,200. Same funded amount, $20,000. But because Lisa's amped up, she made 1,200. You get 50% of 1,200. I'm not amped up. I only made 600. You get 50% of 600. You only make 300. On a $20,000 client, Lisa got a $20,000 client. She made 1,200. You made 600. David got a $20,000 client. David only made 600. You only made 300. Same funded amount. Why? Because dude was not amped. Dude was not amped. Now keep in mind, if you're not amped, you don't get 50%. You only get 25% of this 600 or this 1,200. So we say get amped up and stay amped up. Why? So that you can earn double. Help your team stay amped up. Why? So they can earn double, which means you are earning double on double. Double on double. Double stuff. It's better than an Oreo. All right, so hopefully this helps you see you got to just get after it. You want to talk to every business owner you know. You want to meet, greet, and inform. Everywhere you go, you want to canvas as a customer, let them know you can help them get capital. This is just your personally enrolled agents and your personal commission. So now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to erase and I'm going to put the whiteboard up and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the matching bonus overrides on a separate video. The leadership override matching bonuses. Get amped up, stay amped up. That'll keep you engaged. Worst case, stay engaged so you don't miss out on the 25% overrides, the fast start bonuses, etc. All right? Get with your upline leader if you're having questions. Read through the documents here. This explains it all. And when we come back in the next video, I'm going to be going through this, which is how to earn even matching bonus on people in your team as a leader, not just people you personally enroll. What about the ones they enroll and they enroll? No, you can actually get a percentage of all their income as well. That'll be on the next video. Thank you.